Let's look at a situation like writing something in the lowest terms, right? When we say something in the lowest terms, what it means is you want to take a value that it has in common with its denominator, right? Take the numerator and denominator, what do they have in common? And then reduce that from both the numerator and the denominator. There's two ways to deal with this problem. So this problem is just saying, write the following phrase as a rate in lowest terms. 210 sales for 154 returns. So in this case, what we do is we think about what do they have in common. Now, if you don't know what they have in common, or if you don't know where to begin, there's two ways to do this. One is you can prime factorize 210, and you can prime factorize 154. And then write down the prime numbers that make up 210 and the prime numbers that make up 154. Then cancel what they both have in common. That's one way to deal with this problem. So here we technically have 10 and 21, we have 2 and 5, and we have 3 and 7. Now notice that your multiplication skills are very important to doing problems like this. This is why I believe strongly that America needs to stop giving people summer off from math. It's one of the worst things you can do to anybody. And if we say we really care about our students, then we shouldn't give them 3 months off from math. It's like a basketball coach saying, I care about your basketball skills, but you can take 3 months off from shooting free throws. Who does that? And we don't do that with sports, so I don't understand why we do that with academics. Now, granted, you can't force anyone to do things they don't want to do, but what I'm saying is what kind of standard are we setting when we allow people to take a break for 3 months? And one of the things that suffers the most when it comes to this issue is multiplication facts and division, and people are forgetting their details, so then in the fall, they have to start building from scratch. Lifestem Academy is willing to provide you with math resources for free. If you say I can't afford any of your classes, we'll give it to you for free in the summer, right? In the summer, you could take them for free, okay? If you need the financial help. So the reason why I said all that is because when I looked at 210, I knew it was 21 times 10. That part is pretty straightforward because of the 0 at the end. But then I knew that, okay, 10 is 2 times 5, right? So notice that if your multiplication is not quick, you might spend more time, but that's okay as long as you're making progress. Don't give up. Don't give up, okay? I have multiplication charts for everybody. Keep those multiplication charts. In Nigeria, we actually would have it at the back of our notebooks, the multiplication charts. It was kind of cool. But that's another day's story. And then we had to learn it by 3rd grade, right? So by 3rd grade, we learned our multiplication facts. We sang songs if we needed to. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 6, 18. 3 times 7, 21. 3 times 8, 24. 3 times 9, 27. 3 times 10, 30. 3 times 11, 33. 3 times 12, 36. Okay, then you go to 4 times 1, 4. You do whatever you need to do to memorize those multiplication facts. They should be coming automatic. Like, what is your name? The way you respond to that question should be the speed at which you respond to that math problem. Even though these days, I don't know, sometimes they ask people what's their name and they might be like, I don't know, right? They just say, I don't know. But anyways, I'm teasing. You guys just keep working hard, okay? 2 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, 7 is a prime number. So that's another lesson. You need to know your prime numbers. Now notice when we do these problems, we generally want to build a solid base in understanding what components we need to do the problem well. So prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. Those are the first few. Make sure you know those, okay? So 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 27, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47, okay? These are prime numbers that we talk about. In the 40s, there's actually 3 of them. And let me just blow your mind for a second if you don't mind. Do you know there's an infinite number of prime numbers? That's kind of weird. There's an infinite number of prime numbers. There's a whole project that does work to find the next prime number, and then you can win a prize if you find the next prime number. I wouldn't encourage you to do that now. You have schoolwork to do. It takes a long time, and computers do that. But you can have a massive number that is only divisible by itself and 1. That's crazy. There's an infinite number of prime numbers, okay? And then there's something called twin primes, right? These primes that are very close to one another in here, like twins, right? Kind of cool stuff. Our friend Leonard Euler and Euclid, Euclid came up or talks about these prime numbers in his book, and then Leonard Euler did some work with that. Leonard Euler was a boss. We'll talk about him in another video. Okay, what about 154? Can we break that down into smaller numbers? Well, let's see what we can do. There's a trick. 154 is a multiple of 11. How do I know that? Because when you multiply a number by 11, you actually add the digits. So like 1 plus 4 is 5, and you put it in the middle. That's how you get 154. Isn't that crazy? Like, when you multiply a number by 11, just add the digits together and put the answer in the middle. And then this is 2 times 7. Those are all prime numbers. So we come over here and we say So then basically we come over here. Sorry about that interruption there. We basically have 2 times 3 times 5 times 7 representing the 210. The first 4 prime numbers. That's kind of cool. And then 2 times 7 times 11 represents the number in the denominator. The 2's will cancel, right? They have those in common. The 7's will cancel, right? When things are multiplying, we're allowed to cancel like this. And so basically now we have 3 times 5 divided by 11. And this is sales and returns. And this could be looked at as a practical real life problem where somebody says we sell a certain amount and we get a certain amount of returns, right? For every 15 sales, we get 11 returns, right? So that's a practical real life situation. So that's the answer to that question, 15 sales per 11 returns. Very good. We're going to move on in our ratio discussion.